Ghost lights fill the city. There are people everywhere. The snow is falling white and pretty as I stroll on my way to you.
Good morning, everybody. Cheers. I was like really on the fence this morning about whether I wanted black coffee or a cappuccino, and I made the right choice. That was a really good sip. It is Monday morning. I am just getting started. The day is gonna be interesting. It's Mondays and Fridays are my biggest day right now, and so she's gonna be a hefty work day. But I also thought while I'm getting ready today, we could talk about some of my favorite products, like things that I use a lot. And yeah, I thought that would be fun way to, kind of like end the year. What are some of my favorite things from 2023? I think a lot of times people do these videos because they have like affiliate links that they're getting kickbacks for. And that's not something that I'm doing unless I figure out how to do that in the next 24 hours because I don't normally do that. So I'm just gonna kind of like, as things go throughout the day, tell you about some things that I love. And we're gonna start with my espresso machine, which is the Breville Barista Pro. I love it. It has brought a lot of joy into my life. And then to go with that, these cups, you can see their little stand right here. They make me feel like I'm having coffee at a hotel room service. And I'm very much into that. And I got these on Amazon as well. So those are like my first things that bring me a lot of joy in my life. I don't know, this is starting to feel really consumerist. I think like the last thing I want to do is like encourage you all to go out and feel like you have to buy a bunch of stuff. And I think that's why I'm a bad influencer. But I do want to share with you the little things that bring me joy. So I don't know. I think we'll move on. We'll keep going today, but let me know in the comments below how it feels on your system. Does it make you feel like you need to buy things in order to be happier? Because that's not the goal. But if it is just kind of like, oh, cool, that's fun information, then I would love to continue. I'll do these kind of things again. That's my concern. The other thing that brings me weirdly, a weird amount of joy in my mornings is my little pill holders. I have one for the morning and one for the night, and I just like the colors. I got them because I was going to Bali. No, we were going, maybe not to Bali, on some trip. It was a good way to organize my medicine while I was traveling, but I really like it for home. I actually just copied Obes because he got one, so he would know if he had like forgotten to take his medicine or not, and he wouldn't have to like wonder. But it's been really nice. The other thing within my medicine are my vitamins, which I take Ritual vitamins. This is the first time in my life that I've been a regular vitamin taker. I've had seasons, but right now we're going on like, I think like a solid year of me taking these without like missing anything. I think partially because they're subscription. I think partially because of my, like, they taste like mint. Yeah, but it's been awesome to have them. So that's for my morning. Well, actually, let's go sit down and journal, and I'll tell you about a couple of more things in my journal space. It's funny that I called the couch my journal space. It's the couch. Okay, the first thing, first of all, this scene is making me very happy. This door is like one of my favorite parts of our house. I don't know why. It reminds me of like a cottage or something. It makes me really happy. This you all have seen, but I have to talk about it because I'm obsessed with it. It's from Mochi Things, and it holds my day planner It holds my pen and like the highlighter I'm using right now, and it has space to hold a field notes, which is nice. I use this for like a commonplace book. And yeah, it has places as well for cards, so if I didn't want to bring a wallet, I could just carry this. And it doesn't look like a Bible cover, which was my biggest concern with getting a bullet journal cover. I also have my favorite bullet journal, which is not in here, but I'll try and link that one below as well, because I know I've linked it before, but it's like definitely one of my favorite things. This is a pen case. It is not my favorite, so I'm not going to link it. I'm not going to tell you about it. But inside of it are these markers. They're from Rytech retractable highlighters. Ta-da! And I got these off of Amazon, and I just love the color palette. It took me forever to find markers whose color palette I really loved. They're kind of all a little bit of a grayish tone, and I've been on the hunt for years, and I finally found them, and they are one of the lights of my life. I also had these markers. These are Alahaster cream color, and they look like this. These are really cool as well, but they have a different, they're very, very, very faint, like very light color. So that's nice sometimes if that's like the vibe, but I wanted the others more. Oh, I actually have two things in here. Number one, I feel like everyone has a favorite pen, and I think we should talk about it more. And this is mine. It is the Sharpie S Gel. Cover my face. It's a gel ink, but it dries really fast. It's 0.7 point, if that matters to you, and it just glides like an angel. And then similarly to the markers, I've been looking for like tabs that are the similar like shades, muted gray tones. And I found these on Amazon as well. And I use them to tab books I'm reading, specifically, usually more so nonfiction books than fiction. But I just like kind of annotate with them. And then I also use them in my bullet journal to mark pages that I'm gonna reference back again. So that's my stuff from the morning. I'm gonna sit down and have a little journal session, and then I'll check back in with you when I'm getting ready for the day, and we'll talk about other things. So I am getting ready to do my morning skincare and my hair, and I thought I would go ahead and share with you the skincare favorites for me from 2022. So the first is cleansers. I really only wash my face at night and I'm in the shower. So at night I use Osea's Ocean Cleanser. Especially if I'm wearing makeup, I like to use this one. This one I use if I'm in the shower. I just leave this in the shower and use it every single time. It's CeraVe's Hydrating Facial Cleanser. This is really good. I have dry skin, so keep that in mind. The other cleanser that I use, usually in conjunction with this one, is Pharmacy Green Clean. This is if I do a two-step cleanse, which is only really if I'm wearing makeup or a lot of sunscreen. I will use the Pharmacy Green Clean first, just to like get all the makeup off my face, and then I'll follow up with this to just get any residue off. Next, or what you see on my face right now, it's the Pixi Beautify. I feel like such an old school like beauty influencer doing this. Pixi Beautify eye masks. I use these kind of more on special occasions, or like if I'm just feeling like, oh, I definitely need it, or if I have a headache. But there's 30 in here, 30 pairs. One thing usually lasts me like a year, if not more. So I feel like it's really worth it. It's nice to just have them. I like buying it in a tub because then I'm not having to like use it. It's like the other ones are packaged in so much, like it's a lot of plastic, like individually wrapped. Like one use, you're throwing away a lot of plastic versus just having this. It feels luxurious to know you can always have them if you want them. Masks that I use, These are really the only two masks that I really use anymore, just because I'm keeping it simple. I don't want to put a bunch of stuff on my skin. I only mask like once a week, so I'm choosing between the two of these. This is if I feel like my skin really needs hydrating and maybe I'm dealing with some redness. This one I use, this is the Cosmetics with an X Glow Bamboo Brightening Mask. This is my exfoliating mask. So I use this if my skin's just feeling really dull and I want to like brighten it up. Next, this is random, but it's the just Evian spray water. This is maybe a little extra, maybe not necessary, but I find it really helpful. With most skincare, especially if you're using something with like hyaluronic acid in it, your face needs to be moisturized or it's going to pull moisture like out of your skin. Like if you don't have water on your skin, it's gonna like actually kind of dry you out. So as a dry skin girl, I'm very careful about making sure my face is wet. And if it's a day where like maybe I've washed my face in the shower and then I've gone and I've done a bunch of stuff and I need to wet my face again, I would rather just spray my face with water than like splash my face. The main reason being I just don't like water like dripping down my arms. It's a little too, maybe extra. Moisturizers I really loved this year are the Verse Skin Soak Moisture Cream. This is basically the texture of yogurt, and I love it. I am like down, like it's completely just like used to the bone. The only reason I haven't bought a new one is because I have so many moisturizers that I want to just get through all of them. But in the new year, I think my routine is going to be these two. I think I'm going to get a big tub of this, and then another one of these, and then this is going to be nighttime, this is going to be day. This is the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. This is the most moisturizing thing I've ever put on my skin. I don't understand it because it doesn't feel like it would be, because it's very like lightweight, literally kind of feels like water, but somehow it serves as both a humectant and a emollient, like something. It both brings moisture into your skin and traps it, like works on your skin barrier, like traps the moisture in, which usually you have to use a moisturizer and then use that. So yeah, this thing in the winter, it's a dream. I use it in the morning and the night right now because I used it a few days ago and was like, oh, my skin loves this. So I replaced what I have been using only like a few days ago. I've just gone to just fully using this. But I also really like the Laneige Radiant C Cream, which we've talked about before. It's a brightening moisturizer with vitamin C. And I also like have used most of this, and I honestly do love it. Vitamin C is great for discoloration, for evening your skin tone, for amplifying the effects of your sunscreen. So this is also great, but I just, right now, this is like bringing me life. This year, really liked the Biossance Squalene Omega Repair Cream. This I really only use like every once in a while, but like, I mean, we're doing good. Every like few nights at night. I like it because it's like super moisturizing, but it also doesn't feel like with the vitamin C, I don't like to mix a ton of serums with it because it's just got a lot of things in it. And the same thing with the water cream. I'm sure you can, I just don't. So this one, I feel like I could put it over serums, like whatever serum I want, and I don't feel scared. Mighty Patch. I'm sure this is not the first time you've ever heard of these, but when I think about skincare things that I loved this year, this is definitely one of them. This changed my life. Like, I don't know like what I was doing before, but like I just put these on. If I'm working from home, I'll just leave it on all day, put it on at night. And it keeps me from like messing with any breakouts, so that making them worse. And it like literally just makes them go away. Like, I don't understand. Of all the things that I tried this year that were new, this is my favorite. I don't understand the science of how this works. I wish I did. I would explain it to you, but it is amazing. I got it in my Anthropology advent calendar last year, and I am gonna buy a full one as soon as I run out, but I'm like really trying not to use this up too fast because it's expensive. But it's Alpha H Vitamin B with copper tripeptide. And it looks like this, like green. And here are the things, I don't know what it's meant to do. I genuinely don't.
It says a potent anti-aging vitamin serum fortified with niacinamide and copper tripeptide to take on daily environmental elements. I'm reading it kind of in the dark. It's like dark in here. And prevent the appearance of premature aging. This supercharged serum also helps to diminish the appearance of uneven skin tone.
That's what I feel like it does. I feel like it makes my face look tighter, like, and less red somehow. And it makes me feel like my skin looks better without makeup on. So I love this stuff. I don't use it every day. I just use it on days where like maybe I'm wanting to look nice for some reason. I'm just gonna be using these 3 babies. So let me put this stuff away and then I will do skincare with you. Right now, I'm just washing my face with water. Then I'm using the water sleep mask from Laneige right now. This is the texture of it, if you were wondering. It's kind of like bouncy. Makes my skin feel so soft, so moisturized. Like, I really, like, more than anything else I've ever used, it makes me feel like moisturized. This is what I keep in like my airplane bag to put on planes. Like if I have like a 16-hour flight, I was flying this multiple times. I keep it for special occasions because I just have these little bottles. I have like 3 of these little guys, and I would just keep it for like every few weeks. I would do it at night, but now I'm like, we need to do it every day. Then I have the Laneige sleeping mask. If you were here in 2020, you probably remember that I really gave this mask a hard time. I got it for myself because everybody was talking about it. Hold on. Everybody was talking about it. It was like everybody I followed had it. All of my friends had it. And so I was like, I'll get it. It's like $20 for a lip balm. So I thought this stuff better be so amazing. And then when I first put it on, I was like, this is not that great. Like this could be, I was using balm.com at the time from Glossier. And I was like, this is not any different. Now to flash forward a year later, Christmas of 2021, I had run out of this. And I'd had mine for like a year. And I ran out and I was like, what am I gonna do? And I tried using balm.com again because I have some extras laying around, and I was like, it is not the same. And this stuff, like if I use it at least once a night, like before I go to bed, I will not have chapped lips. Like my lips are gonna feel great all year round. And yeah, so I really underestimated it, and I decided $20 for a year's supply is like actually not that crazy. I got this last December, and we're right around here, so we're like right at about time for me to buy another one. That's not bad, you know. The last thing I'm going to tell you about is this Super Goop sunscreen that's like a setting spray. I'm going to use this today. I don't use this every day. I definitely don't use this if I'm going to be in the sun for a while. But just for like everyday SPF, I actually think it's really nice because we've talked before about I don't like certain things like in my hands, like touching certain textures. So sometimes I will avoid sunscreen just because I hate the sensation of putting it on. I also like, I think like as a ginger, people were chasing me around as a child with sunscreen all the time. So like the smell of sunscreen is really off-putting to me. So the sunscreens that I use are, I use the Sun Bum spray because it doesn't smell like sunscreen. And then I really like the Super Goop. I have the one that you put on your face, which I think is really nice, like the lotion. It doesn't have that same kind of like texture. So I love that one. That's what I'm gonna use most of the time. But on days where like I'm tempted to skip sunscreen, I'm like, I'll just skip it. I just spray this on my face because like That's the least I could do. You know, it like takes no time. It affects me in 0 ways. It's the easiest thing in the world. So I just think for me, that's really helpful. The other reason I bought this is like if I'm wearing makeup and I need to reapply, then this is a really nice way to do that because you can't just like rub your face a bunch. You can just spray your face. And it's really small. It fits in like a bag if you want. So I'm gonna... I guess I should tell you about hair stuff really quick. So for hair, this Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo, I'm obsessed with it. I like the packaging, I like the way it smells. I think it works well compared to like other ones I've tried. In my travel bag, I also keep the Not Your Mama Plump for Joy, I think is what it's called. My straightener and my curling irons are all from Kristen S. from Target, and I love them. I like this feature, so I don't have to like worry about the cord going, and the cords are so long and they heat up really fast. I use Function of Beauty on a straight hair day. On a curly hair day though, I'm mostly excited about this Lust Brands, their curly set. This stuff is amazing if you have curly hair. I like use all 3 of these products in the shower. This is like their one-step curl situation. Like you don't have to do like gel, then mousse, then oil. It's like all in one, and it's a pump. I do it in the shower. I just brush my hair out and use it. And then yeah, their shampoo and conditioner. Not only do I love the way that these treat my hair, but I also just love the way it smells so much. It's like one of my favorite smells ever. Anyway, that's my hair stuff. Let's talk about makeup. I'm just gonna put on eyebrow stuff today, so riveting. But the eyebrow stuff that I use, we've talked about this before, but just in case, it's the Glossier Boy Brow. This one's in Auburn. And then I use the How to Be a Redhead. It's a universal shade of red. This one is great if you need more precision, you want your eyebrows to really like look done, and you maybe need it to last all day, like traveling or something. That's when you use this one. This one's cool too because they do a subscription. They have one that's more this shape, like they have this shape and then they have one that's this shape. I have the subscription for this one. I haven't tried the one that's shaped like this yet, but the Glossier one is my like everyday. I use it just like in general, just if I'm not really filming a ton, that kind of thing. Probably my absolute favorite lipstick this year was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I can't believe that I'm saying that. It feels like so everybody loves this, but they love it for a reason. It just looks so good. It also stays on. Like I normally only use long-lasting lipstick because I hate when it like comes off my lips if I'm like drinking a drink or something, which I'm constantly doing. This doesn't do that. I don't know how they did it, but it doesn't, and I am obsessed. This I have had so long that it's worn off, but it's Maybelline Long Lasting Crayon in Laugh Louder. I use this if I'm wearing a red. This is what I'm usually wearing the most. But I also have the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in, I think it's Heroin, is the color. It's kind of like an orangey pink red tone. And then concealer, NARS Radiant Concealer in Light to Vanilla. These are definitely my favorite items this year. Okay, really quickly before I leave to go to the office, I wanted to share with you 3 things that I paid for this year that I do a lot of sponsorships with people, because I feel like we always think, you know, like when you hear a sponsorship, you don't know what's real and what's not. And these are 3 things I paid for with my own money that do a lot of sponsorships that I really enjoyed. The first one is Scentbird. It's like I did the like $12 a month plan, and you get a new scent every month. I have found a couple of scents I really love. I'm still kind of on the hunt for what is going to be like my signature scent. I want to find it, and Scentbird is helping me do that, so that's really nice. If I felt like I was on like a timeline, I would probably do just like more than 1 scent a month, because it is kind of a long journey. But I like getting a new scent in the mail every month, so I find that really fun. This one is Scent of Woods what is the sandalwood and oak. This is actually the cologne that my husband wears, but I also really like it. So, or one of the colognes he wears. I bought it for him for Christmas last year, and then I really like it. So I got myself one through Scentbird. The other two are Nuuly. You guys have definitely heard me talk about Nuuly. It's a clothing subscription service. You get 6 pieces in the mail every month, and then you can send them back or you can buy them for a discount if you want. And I love this, but specifically as someone who is plus size, clothes shopping is just really just like not set up for us. Like some stores will say that they're carrying our size and then they'll just kind of stop doing it quietly. Or I feel like I have to buy a lot of fast fashion. The stores that do carry plus size online don't carry them in stores, so you can't try them on. And that all bothers me, especially if I'm gonna buy clothes that are like $100 or more, then like I wanna try them on before I order them because I am not good at returns. So this just works for me, and I think it helps me to like not buy as much fast fashion because I just get like my basics, and then I get like new fun things to wear every week. And often I'll buy, especially pants, I'll buy through Nuuly because I have a chance to like wear them for several days, for like an entire month, and see if they really feel the way that I hoped they would feel on me. Sometimes I'll try pants on in like the dressing room, and I love these and they're amazing, and then I get into life and they don't feel as good, but it's kind of like too late. So I feel grateful for that. Nuuly is worth the hype in my opinion. The third one is Factor. If you have seen people sponsored by Factor, I did. That's how I signed up for it, is because I saw all these influencers talking about it. And sometimes like the meal that I have the hardest time with is lunch, which we'll talk more about later. And so I bought like, I think 2 months worth of Factor. Like I did 2 months of it. And I don't know, like right now, I don't know if it's like cost prohibitive. Like I don't know why we're not still doing it. I feel like it's like a cost thing. Like maybe they're kind of pricey, but also sometimes it evens out. I loved it so much. The food is so good. I think sometimes you get those kind of meals and then you think like, oh, it's gonna be watered down. It's gonna taste like a TV dinner. It's not like that. It's like so good. Like the food is good. And it's like, it feels really healthy. It feels like really nutritious. Yeah. And so Factor's totally worth the hype. It's as good, if not better, than people make it seem. I think people like undersell it, like, in my opinion. It's so good. Okay, let's talk about groceries. There's a Trader Joe's on my way to my office, and I can stop in and just grab a quick lunch thing, which has been so nice because it means that I'm often eating much more like fresh food than if I were like ordering out. But also it's just cheaper like ordering out all the time, and packing lunch for me just like never caught on. I think that's the easiest way to say it. Today I got the buffalo chicken wrap. I've never had this. I've had the lentil wrap. It's very good. But I usually just get a salad, but they also have like the frozen section, which has like the Indian food that's easy to like pull from. Today I also got chips. I've never gotten chips before, but I have gotten these chips for home before. The white truffle, they're very good as well. Normally I'll get fruit, but I have fruit at the office, so I didn't want to like get more, you know, because it'll just get thrown out. And then this oat brown sugar creamer. I was skeptical of this at first. I didn't know that I was gonna love it. Turns out I love it. And I'm obsessed with it. I'm so obsessed with it that I just bought one for the office. I'm trying to go get coffee a little bit less right now. And so I think if I drink, we have coffee at the office, but I just like think I want like my creamer for it. I do this like usually once or twice a week. I'll stop at Trader Joe's and get stuff for lunch, and it's really easy way to like not eat out but also not feel like you have to like predict what I'm gonna want to eat like a week in advance when I go to the store. I just can like grab it on my way in. And then I'm also not like, I used to like buy multiples and like get them, and mostly for Obes to take to lunch, to work. I would buy like 4 or 5 of those, like salads or things just pre-made, so that he would just like grab them. But I feel like when you do it like that, things go bad faster because you don't really know what your life's gonna be like all the time. So it helped to just make this decision on a daily basis. I also wanted to give a little shout out. I forgot about clothes, and people ask me about where I buy my clothes all the time. Definitely Nuuly is the #1, but I just wanted to give a shout out to Anthropologie and their pants. If you are like plus size and you're looking for pants, Anthropologie has a lot of really good pants. All of my favorite pants I've bought this year have been from Anthropologie, and they're like on the pricier side, in my opinion, according to me. But I haven't regretted it. Like I never wore jeans before, and now I wear jeans all the time, and I owe that to Anthropologie, in my opinion. So let's talk a little bit about things at my office that I like. So the first thing is my book bag. I got this off of Amazon. It's great for daily use. I wouldn't say it's like really nice or even like really well made. Like it's pretty thin, but it's nice for me because it holds everything that I need. It has a strap on the back that's can go over my suitcase. So if I'm just doing like a 2 or 3 day trip, I can just put my backpack on the back of it, take it with me. But if I'm going on a longer trip, it's very thin, and so I can really make it compact and fit into my suitcase. So I can have my airplane bag, but then use this for like my daily work and like carrying everything I need around for work. All right, catching up a little bit is this cup. This cup brings me so much serotonin. I literally think of it as a serotonin booster. And then this tea, Snow Day by Asheville Tea Company. These two things are part of my work startup ritual. They're two of the things that bring me the most joy in the mornings. And yeah, definitely part of my favorite things. And without a doubt, the best purchase that I made this year was these headphones. They're the ones from Apple. I think they're like Apple AirPod Max is what they're called. And y'all, this was an investment that I made kind of on a whim because my therapist said I needed noise canceling headphones. I buy everything Apple tells me to buy, and there we go. But I will tell you, they have changed my life. I'm not being dramatic, maybe a little, but I love them so much. You can turn the noise canceling on or off, and it connects really seamlessly to all of my Apple devices. This I did not buy. This was given to me by my friend Tyler. It's just this light that I keep on my desk, and it's great because I can turn it sideways and I can use it to light up a conference call or a video, or if I'm doing a live or stories. It's just very, very easy to use. And then the next one is my Notion dashboard that you guys have seen me rave about way too much, but apparently I fell in love with Notion this year. I did not see that coming. And my final favorite thing from the office today is my office. This is the co-working space that I work in. I'm probably not going to tell you where it is, but it's in my town, Asheville, and it's just so nice. They've thought of everything. It's very clean. They have all of the like amenities that you could want. It's the best place I've found to work in town. It's like this perfect mixture of having a place to go to work, but also you're not like working completely alone, but you're not kind of in public like you would be at a coffee shop. I love it. Back home, we just finished dinner, and I thought I would wrap up the day of favorite things. The first thing I wanted to tell you about favorite things from this year are our air fryer toaster combo right here. This is the basket. It's meant to be in there. We tried the very fancy like Breville one, air fryer that was like a toaster oven, convection oven, air fryer, all of that in one, and hated it. Absolutely hated it. And eventually we just admitted that and we bought these. These are the Drew Barrymore line from Walmart. I just think they're really pretty and that's why we picked them. But if you've never had the basket form of an air fryer and you've only ever had the toaster oven, it is not the same. You're not having the same experience. The basket is everything. So yeah, those are favorite things. I'm about to do dishes, so we're gonna talk about dishes. These gloves, just any glove to wash dishes with, is my favorite thing because I cannot stand to touch gross stuff. I know we've talked about that a lot today. It's a relevant theme in my life. Final things, we get these from our local like zero waste shop, but these brushes, they're compostable. So whenever we're done using them, we can just compost them. We use a composting service. You might want to look into that in your area, but that's really helpful. And then as a reiteration, I don't like to touch gross stuff. This one's nice and stiff, so it does a good job of scrubbing things off. This one can get into like tighter areas, you know. After I do the dishes, I'm going to clean off the counters, and I'm going to use the Acorn Scent Mrs. Meyer's. I believe that this is like only limited to the fall normally, but it makes our house smell like cinnamony and so spicy, and I love it so much. But that is it for the end of today. It's a day of me and my favorite things. I hope it was fun. I think that I saw Jen M do this. She did a way better job at it than I did, but I thought it was a fun idea, so I hope that you did too. And I will see you tomorrow for day 8 of Vlogmas. Day 8 of Vlogmas. Bye.